What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I'm going to talk about nipple clamps, sex dolls, and rubber chickens. No, I'm not talking about my Amazon wish list, which I'm just kidding, by the way, for those of you dirty bastards out there. I know you guys are out there. Stop thinking like that. I'm talking about products that are considered essential at Amazon. Yes, I just said it. Essential products at Amazon. How do I know this? Well, I'm gonna show you that and a whole lot more in the weekly coronavirus video. I'm gonna talk about things like China, the USA, what we have to be concerned with as brand new sellers, what we have to be concerned with as veteran sellers, and I'm gonna show you your favorite segment, the hot keywords of the week. And I'm gonna introduce you to a whole new way to actually think about making money online by using these actual keywords. I got some epic words this week, and like I said, no one's safe after today. So if you're ready to jump on in there, so am I. I'm excited, I hope you are. Let's jump straight in. All right, so let's get this party started talking about China. Now, if you recall, my good friend Howard Tai, who was actually on another episode where we talked about how he grew to the 43rd fastest ranked store in the entire scope of Amazon, is stuck in Hong Kong right now. They will not let him back into China. So China's borders still closed off. There's really no sign of him getting back in. And let's talk about my stuff, right? Because if you recall, I ordered it, I actually got it, I paid for it, and now it's on the boat and we're still waiting to see. I was able to make my Amazon shipment, so that's the good news. So I am running very low on this product, and it is one of my best-selling products. It passively makes 7 figures a year on Amazon alone, and it makes some sales off of Amazon too. So I'm waiting to see if it's gonna get accepted in, but everything's looking good so far. I will keep you guys updated on that. So it looks like China is operating at 100% full capacity. I have a client of mine who's actually sourcing a product. Everything looks good. China's got their product ready, but the only problem is since they're a brand new seller, they kind of are not essential. So now let's take that into what is essential. As I said before, I wasn't messing around at all. Take a look at what Amazon thinks is essential right now. You'll see, clear as day, sex toys, video games, and dolls. This includes things like sex dolls and, yes, rubber chickens. There it is, rubber chicken. Clear as day, essential AF. And yes, I wanted to say the F word, I just didn't. I'm gonna keep this NSFW. So here we have the chicken, and it seems that the chicken is just as important as hand sanitizer. So these 10 pieces of chickens, God knows what the hell people use them for. Maybe they're just stir crazy, and at this point they can boil them in a pot for some soup. I don't know, but people apparently need their rubber chickens for fuck's sake, and they need them badly. Seriously, I was about to order some of these chickens and actually use them in the video, but I really didn't know when they would get here, since I think Amazon got a hold of the fact that rubber chickens are now essential, and they're kind of trying to downplay that fact. However, we've already uncovered it, and as I said before, nobody's safe on this video, even Amazon. So all kidding aside, despite the fact that that is huge, like how could you risk workers' lives, which is happening? Amazon's workers are getting sick at record rates. So a lot of people are wondering, can they sustain all this ordering from hoarders, right? Can they sustain it? And will the workers be able to sustain it? I even read a crazy story this week where people that are executives, advertising executives, are actually dying to work for Amazon right now. And hey, who can blame them? Because everybody that's actually stuck in lockdown right now, especially people that had to be out there to work and they had to go to their job, they're hurting for money. It's no surprise. And so people will pretty much take any job at this point, particularly at Amazon, since it looks like if you work at Amazon, you're at least guaranteed work through the entire thing, as long as they can maintain your health. And that's why I got to give it at least a thumbs up to Amazon for at least trying to make sure that their workers are healthy, because now they're actually providing regular tests for their workers to make sure that they do not have coronavirus. So again, at least they're taking a step in the right direction. So let's talk about something else that really hasn't been in the news as much as Amazon, but got a lot of similar things going on. That is Walmart. Nobody likes to talk about Walmart, but I feel like Walmart is silently sneaking up on Amazon. And I order a lot of stuff from Walmart. I know a lot of people are starting to order a lot of stuff from Walmart, and they actually had a couple workers die recently. So again, they are kind of getting some slack, but again, Walmart is doing a heck of a job as well to get this stuff to us, just like Amazon. Now let's talk about how Amazon and how things going on at Amazon is affecting veteran sellers. Well, for one, let's talk about sponsored products. There's really 3 big things I wanted to point out, and one of them doesn't even really relate to just advanced sellers. It could be for somebody new newbies. So pay close attention. First and foremost, I'm going to get rid of the most technical thing because, hey, not many of us really care about it, but it has to deal with sponsored products ads. So make sure if you're a veteran seller, you take a look at some of the data, and I will link this article below because it talks about a couple of key metrics that might be off in your actual back end. So if you know this information, it could probably help you adjust those ads from this point going forward. Now let's jump into the stuff that relates to everybody. Well, first and foremost, I thought this was pretty interesting. Amazon sellers, particularly those sellers that have connections in China, they've actually been using those connections as an actual opportunity to sell protective gear to hospitals. And I will say this much, I have been approached by many hospitals as well as many individuals asking me if I could help them move a certain amount of actual equipment. And while I do have the connections, I do have the people, I do find that a lot of this stuff are scams. But if you have the right connections, say you have the right connections in China in a hospital, it is not a bad idea to actually make the connection and make yourself some money. But again, like I said, just be careful if you're a veteran seller or a new seller that has these connections, because a lot of times it's just a complete bunch of bullshit. And then finally, the last thing that I thought is interesting is not going to show up on my screen. And that's because of the fact that I found it and then all of a sudden it disappeared. And that thing that disappeared was an actual article written about what Amazon plans to do with Prime Day. After all, Prime Day is the second biggest day of sales behind Black Friday, and it really makes a lot of people a heck of a lot of money. So somebody just happened to grab an actual article that leaked out what Amazon was going to do on Prime Day. It was on Inc.com. However, since the article got leaked 6 days ago, it's suddenly disappeared, which I find very interesting. I wish I recall what was on it, but just keep in mind, Amazon is going to actually delay Prime Day. Now let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about new sellers. A lot of new sellers still asking me, is right now the right time to get into Amazon? My answer is absolutely yes. Like I just said, my good client actually just recently got into Amazon. Their product is ready to go, but Amazon is not ready for them. However, I do see that actually opening up in the next couple weeks. So I don't think there's going to be an issue. The only issue that I see is the shipment from China to Amazon, but we'll see with my actual shipment what happens. Now let's talk about what industry you should be getting in. And it's no surprise that this week Fox News came out with a story that actually talks about this point, which I've been blabbing about time and time again. Now let's talk about what industries are thriving during coronavirus, and hopefully this inspires one of you to jump into one of these niches. And the first one is, surprise, surprise, I've been talking about this forever, fitness, right? Why would people want to jump into fitness? Well, that's because we got to work out in our own house, right? And that for a lot of people is challenging because we all relied on the gyms, which just happen to be across the street. However, we can't go there. So fitness is huge. So if you've ever wanted to get into the fitness niche, now is the right time, because as I said before, I predict this is going to actually extend out, and it looks like it's going to be clear skies and clear sailing for anyone in the fitness niche for the next 6 to 18 months. And let's face it, we're a country of fat asses, so we need to have some sort of people to watch on TV and inspire to be like, despite the fact that we're still going to be sitting on our couch in 6 to 18 months. So maybe couches is a good actual industry. All right, let's get into the next one. The next one is delivery services, particularly places like Instacart. I've actually recently seen a trend of a tremendous amount of YouTubers doing Instacart professionally during the coronavirus time, just to show people how much money they can earn, which just goes to show there's still a lot of job opportunities out there, despite the fact that most of us are stuck in our home. We've already talked about Amazon, and then there's Instacart, and then obviously there's Uber Eats and places like that. And a couple of YouTubers have done over $362 in a single 8-hour day using Instacart. So never rule out Instacart, particularly if you really need the money. You can actually make a good, decent living from Instacart. All right, and then here we have another one, which two actual industries that I've been yapping about left and right. I mean, obviously none of us can get into the pharmaceutical niche unless we might be, and I'm not talking about the legal pharmaceuticals. I'm talking about another kind of pharmaceuticals, which is always going to be a big industry. But hey, I'm not encouraging anybody to go out there and break any laws. Instead, I'm telling them, sell people the other crack, which right now is playing games in your house and entertaining your damn kids. So if you're not already in the game industry, I highly recommend you take a look at it. In fact, you can get started with something like a Kindle Direct book, which you can make in the comfort of your own home while you sit on your couch and eat those Cheetos. So if you haven't already, start making those puzzle by numbers books or paint by numbers, whatever they're called. Both kids And surprisingly, adults are actually using those. In a second, I'm going to show you the screenshots I pulled from the hot keywords of the week, and you're going to be stunned at what some of them are. And then lastly, I've been talking about the good old landscaping community, and I've said it in another couple terms. I've called it the hydroponics niche, which as you can see here, I'm growing my own hydroponics. And a seed just fell off, but I'm growing shit at my house, and this is legal shit. This isn't, I know what you dirty bastards are thinking out there. And so I hate to say I told you so, but guys and gals, I told you so. This stuff is selling, but particularly this niche. So let's jump into my hot keywords of the week, and I'll tell you what niche you should jump into right now. First and foremost, let's look at the top 10. It's no surprise what's there, right? TP leading the way, and I don't think anything's even close because we still are in that toilet paper apocalypse. And I'm starting to wonder, when the hell is it ever going to be in stock at Amazon? It's really driving me nuts. I don't know if I'm running short, but I have to double check and make sure. If not, we're going to have to make adjustments just like they did back in the old days. Thank God I got a pile of leaves right here. I'll be just fine. And so let's talk about this magic product that I keep telling you guys you should do and create from the comfort of your very own couch. It's no surprise. Check out the actual numbers on these products. And now let me remind you what these numbers mean. The lower the number, the more popular it is on Amazon. So toilet paper, out of everything, is number one. Take a look at puzzles for adults, particularly. I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about adults out there doing puzzles. It's number 15. And it's no surprise that paint by numbers for adults is 72. And then I threw up a couple bonus ones here because I love you guys, so I wanted to spread the love today. And you can see that Sudoku puzzle books for adults are selling really well, and puzzle books and adult word games, as well as puzzle books for adults. I think there's a theme here, and I've been telling you every single thing that I think is hot or will stay red hot for months and months to come, and they're all spot on because Fox News is writing about it, and I've been talking about it for quite some time. So if I've made my point and I've gotten my point through to your thick heads, I do think that a lot of you guys will be making those puzzle books, and I do have a bit of a surprise here at the end. I want to say that my actual first Sudoku puzzle book has already made a sale just magically by itself. So it's using all the techniques and the tactics that I teach in this channel, particularly the ones that are used for private label, because at the end of the day, we're dealing with Amazon. Amazon is a search engine, and so what works in private label is going to work in books like gangbusters, baby, times 10. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'll keep bringing that content if that's what you guys like. Again, let me know how you like this video, and if there's any part of coronavirus you want to hear about other than what I've covered. I'm actually thinking of doing 2 of these a week because there's so much stuff going on and things are constantly changing. A niche that's hot right now could not be in a couple days, and a niche that you have no idea about a couple days could make all the difference in the world and make some of you extremely rich. So questions or comments, post below. I always personally answer them. Till next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. I gotta go play with my dolls, rubber chickens, and clamps.